OMG, Mom, you'll never guess what happened at the mall today. Oh no, what happened, sweetie? Are you okay? I'm more than okay. I'm amazing. You know how I've always wanted to be a model or influencer? Yes, you've mentioned it a few times. Well, today might have been my big break. I got scouted, Mom, by a real talent agency. Can you believe it? Wow, that's quite something. A talent agency? At the mall? Yeah, it was so random. I wasn't even trying to get noticed. I was just walking around with Dad and then bam! This guy comes up to us and starts going on about my look. Your look? What did he mean by that? You know, how I've got the perfect combo of cute and edgy like Billie Eilish? He said I could totally be the next big thing and handed me his business card. Ashley, you know those people will say anything to get you interested. But Dad seemed to really believe in what he was saying. He thinks I've got real potential. Oh, Ashley, I'm not sure about this. Did you take the card? Well, I tried to politely decline at first, but then Dad got really excited. He started talking to the guy and took his card. Your dad took the card? Where is he now? Yeah, he seemed super into it. He's still talking business with the scout, but he promised to take me out for a nice dinner after to make up for making me wait. Ashley, listen to me. I know this might seem exciting, but you're very young. The entertainment industry can be complicated and stressful. But Mom, this could be my big break. Wouldn't it be cool to see me on TV or in movies? I understand the appeal, but there's a lot more to it. Your well-being and education need to come first. Please tell your father not to sign anything without discussing it with me first. Why do you have to be so negative about this? Dad believes in me. Why can't you? It's not about believing in you, honey. It's about making sure we really understand what you'd be getting into. You're only 13. There's no need to rush into anything. You just don't get it. This is a huge opportunity. I don't want Dad to miss out on it because of you. Ashley, my job right now is looking out for your best interests. That's all I'm trying to do. I have to get back to work, but please relay my message to your dad. No contracts without sitting down and talking about it first, okay? Fine, I'll tell him. But if he really wants to sign, you better not ruin this for me. I hear you. We'll discuss it later. I love you. Gotta run.
You won't believe what just happened, Hillary.
Oh, what's going on, Philip? You seem excited.
Excited doesn't even begin to cover it. Her little Ashley's on her way to becoming a star.
What do you mean? What happened?
She got approached by a talent scout today.
A talent scout? For modeling or acting?
Both. He said she has the look and presence for the big screen.
Okay, slow down a second. Did you get any details about this scout or the agency? Where did this happen?
At the mall, can you believe it? A legit talent scout just walked right up to her.
That's wild, but hang on a second. Did you actually sign anything with them?
Not yet. I'm meeting with the scout now to discuss details. He's saying Ashley has incredible potential.
Okay, but Philip, please be careful. Don't sign anything without doing thorough research first.
Research? This is the opportunity of a lifetime.
An opportunity for what exactly? To be objectified at 13? To have her childhood stolen away by an industry that spits people out?
It's not like that anymore, Vivian. Times have changed. There are so many young stars out there living their dreams.
Dreams fabricated by money-hungry agents and stage parents. Is that what you want for our little girl? To be a cash cow?
How dare you accuse me of not having her best interests at heart? I'm thinking about her future. Do you really want her to end up like us?
What's that supposed to mean? There's nothing wrong with an honest living.
Honest living? We're barely scraping by since the recession. Ashley deserves more than that. She deserves the world at her feet. The scout totally sees what a star Ashley could be.
I get that you're excited, but there are a lot of scams out there, especially when it comes to kids in the industry.
You really think a scammer would approach us in public like that? Nah, this guy seems totally legit.
I'm sure he does, but that's how they operate. They make big promises to reel people in.
I hear you, but I gotta strike while the iron is hot, you know? If we wait too long, Ashley could miss her shot.
I understand not wanting her to miss out, but signing your child with an agency is a big deal. You need to look into their credentials, talk to other parents, read the contract closely.
Ugh, you sound just like Vivian right now. She's already trying to stand in the way of Ashley's dreams.
It's not about standing in the way, it's about making an informed decision. This is Ashley's future we're talking about.
And your future is going to be as a star. I can feel it, Hillary. This is her destiny.
Okay, but even if that's true, there's no need to rush. Please, just promise me you'll slow down and think it through.
I'll think about it, but I'm not letting this chance slip away. The scout is signaling me. I gotta get back to our meeting. I'll fill you in later. Just don't tell Vivian about this yet.
I really think you should discuss this with Vivian first. But okay, keep me posted and be careful.
Yeah, I'll be in touch. Great news, Vivian! I just secured our daughter's future.
Secured her future? What are you talking about?
I just had the most amazing meeting with that talent scout. They walked me through all the opportunities available for Ashley. I knew we had to jump on this chance right away.
Jump on what chance? Philip, you're not making sense.
The chance for our daughter to become a star, Vivian. I signed her up with the agency. She's officially on their roster now.
You did what? Without even discussing it with me first?
There was no time to waste. The scout said she's a natural. This is the break we've been waiting for.
Philip, have you lost your mind? She is 13 years old. I specifically told Ashley to tell you not to sign anything.
Why are you so against this? This is a huge opportunity for her. Would you rather she waste her potential stuck in school?
School is exactly where she needs to be right now. She's too young to be worrying about a career, especially in that industry.
Plenty of kids start young and turn out just fine. The agency will take good care of her. I made sure of it.
And how exactly did you do that?
I already paid the enrollment fees and signed her up for a year of training. Got an amazing deal. Only $25,000 for the whole package.
You paid them $25,000 without even consulting me? What is wrong with you? We can't afford that.
We can't afford not to invest in our daughter's future. This is her shot at her dreams, and you just want to crush them.
Her dreams? She's a child. She doesn't know what she wants. It's our job to protect her, not exploit her.
Exploit her? I'm giving her the opportunity of a lifetime. You know what? I'm done arguing about this. If you can't get on board and support our daughter, maybe we shouldn't be together.
What are you saying? Are you seriously threatening divorce over this?
I'm not threatening anything. I'm just saying maybe Ashley would be better off with a parent who believes in her. Having a single dad dedicated to a career would make a great story for the press.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is insane. You've totally lost sight of what's important.
What's important is when I'm doing what's best for Ashley. And if you can't see that, then yes, maybe divorce is the answer. I'll bring home the papers tonight. Have your bags packed.
This isn't over, Philip. I won't let you jeopardize our daughter's well-being.
Her well-being is exactly what I'm looking out for. You'll see when she's a big star, you'll wish you had supported her from the start.
I'm supporting her by trying to put a stop to this madness. I won't let you destroy this family over some crazy fantasy.
It's not a fantasy. It's Ashley's destiny. I'm going to make sure she achieves it, with or without you.
Dad just told me about the divorce. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry you had to hear about that. Your father and I are just going through a difficult time right now. Difficult time? Seems like you just don't want to support my dreams. Dad said you're trying to hold me back from my true potential. That's not it at all, Ashley. I just want what's best for you. What's best for me is becoming a famous actress or model. And Dad is the only one who understands that. Sweetheart, the entertainment industry is very complicated. There's a lot more to it than just being pretty or talented. Why can't you just be happy for me, Mom? Ashley, sweetheart, it's not that simple. I am happy for you, but I'm also worried. Worried about what? Me being successful? No, honey, I'm worried about you getting hurt. You just don't want me to succeed because you're jealous. You know I'm way prettier than you ever were. Ashley, that's a terrible thing to say. It's true, though. No wonder Dad wants to divorce you. He knows you'll just hold me back with your ugliness. I can't believe you'd speak to me like this. I'm your mother. I love you more than anything. If you really loved me, you'd support my dreams. But I guess I'll just have to become famous without you. It's not like I want an ugly mom ruining my image anyway. Please don't let this come between us. You're my daughter. I'll always be here for you no matter what. Whatever. Dad said I don't need a mom dragging me down, especially not one as lame and uncool as you. So go ahead and divorce him. See if I care. Ashley, you're breaking my heart. You don't mean that. I know you're just upset right now, but pushing me away isn't going to make this situation any better. Isn't it though? At least Dad actually believes in my potential. He sees the star power that you're too jealous to acknowledge. Jealous? Ashley, I'm not jealous of you. I'm proud of you. But I'm also terrified of what the industry could do to you. Oh please, like you'd even know. You've never had an ounce of talent or beauty in your life. So stop pretending like you understand what I'm going through. I may not have been a child star, but I know the realities of that world, and I won't apologize for trying to protect you from it. Just leave me alone. I have a bright future ahead of me, and you're not going to be a part of it. Vivian, I need to talk to you about that agency Philip signed Ashley with. Angel Wings Agency? What did you find? I did some digging and I'm pretty sure it's a scam. What do you mean? How do you know? That name sounded familiar, so I asked around. No one in the industry has ever heard of them. I've been doing some research on them too, and I can't find anything concrete. No website, no social media presence, nothing. That's because they're not a legitimate agency, Vivian. I asked around with some of my contacts in the industry. No one has ever heard of Angel Wings Agency.
But how can that be? They seemed so professional to Philip.
That's how these scams operate. They put on a good show. They promise the world to eager parents and then disappear with their money.
But Philip already paid them $25,000.
Exactly. That's how these scams work. They take the money up front and then disappear.
Oh my god, can't believe this is happening. Do you think Philip knows?
I doubt it. He seemed pretty convinced it was legit. Want me to break the news to him?
Would you mind? I don't think he'll listen to me right now.
Of course. I'll call him right away.
Thank you, Hillary. I really appreciate you looking out for Ashley.
Hey, that's what friends are for. I just hope Philip hasn't gotten in too deep with these people.
You and me both. Keep me posted, okay?
Well, will do. Hang in there, Vivian. Hey, Philip, we need to talk about Angel Wings Agency.
Oh, good. I was just about to reach out to them. Can't seem to get a hold of anyone about Ashley's training tomorrow.
That's because there isn't going to be any training. I'm sorry, Philip, but that agency is a fraud.
What are you talking about? It's impossible.
I asked around. No one in the industry has ever heard of them. They don't have any real credentials or clients.
But they seem so professional and convincing. They told me they launched Jennifer Lawrence's career.
Philip, Jennifer Lawrence has never been associated with them. They lied to you, plain and simple.
Can't believe this. What about the money I paid?
I'm afraid that's probably long gone by now. This is a common scam. They take the payment and vanish.
Oh god, what have I done? I was so sure this was Ashley's big break.
I know you had good intentions, but this is why I said to be careful. There are a lot of vultures out there ready to exploit a parent's dreams.
I'm such an idiot. How can I let this happen?
Don't beat yourself up too much. These scammers are professionals. They know exactly what to say to desperate parents chasing a dream.
But I should have known better. I should have done my research. I let my own delusions of grandeur cloud my judgment.
It's not just on you, Philip. Vivian should have been more involved too. Maybe if you two were on the same page, this could have been avoided.
God, Vivian, she tried to warn me, but I wouldn't listen. How will she ever forgive me?
By showing her that you've learned from this mistake and that your priority now is being there for Ashley and making amends. The important thing now is making sure Ashley is okay.
How am I going to explain this to her? She'll be crushed.
Better she's disappointed now than after they've messed her around for months. You need to sit her down and have an honest conversation.
You're right. She needs to hear from me. I just hope she can forgive me for getting her hopes up.
She will. Just keep reminding her how much you love and believe in her. And maybe take Vivian up on that divorce talk. I think you guys need to get on the same page here.
Yeah, I really messed up with Vivian too. I said some awful things. Accused her of not supporting Ashley's dreams.
I'm sure emotions were running high, but you two need to work as a team. Ashley needs both her parents in her corner right now.
I know. I'll reach out to Vivian after I talk to Ashley. Thanks, Hill. I don't know what I'd do without you. It was a hard pill to swallow, but at least you found out the truth.
Anytime. That's what friends are for. Good luck with Ashley, and keep me in the loop, okay?
Will do. I'll let you know how it goes. Hey, Pumpkin, can we talk for a minute?
Sure, Dad. What's up? Is it about my first day of training tomorrow?
Yeah, about that. There's been a slight change of plans.
What do you mean? What's going on?
About the talent agency and your big break.
What about it? Did they call with an audition for me?
Actually, I just found out some not-so-great news about the agency. I'm so sorry, but it looks like we were tricked. The agency isn't real. They were just after our money.
What? No, that can't be true. You said I was going to be a star.
I know, and I feel horrible for getting your hopes up like that.
What are you talking about? I thought you said they were legit.
I thought they were too, honey. But it turns out we were wrong.
Wrong how? What happened?
I don't have all the details yet, but it looks like they may have misled us. There were some questions about the credentials and history.
What? But you already paid them. What about my career?
I know, sweetie. I feel horrible about this whole thing. I let my excitement cloud my judgment. I should have been more careful.
So what? All that stuff about me being a star was a lie?
No, not at all. I fully believe in your potential, Ash. We're just gonna have to find a different way to help you reach it.
I can't believe this. You got my hopes up for nothing.
I'm so sorry, Pumpkin. The last thing I wanted was to disappoint you.
Well, you did. Now I'm never going to be famous.
Don't say that. This is just a temporary setback. We'll figure out something, I promise.
And what about you and Mom? Are you still getting divorced?
I think your mom and I need to have a long talk about things. Both love you very much. We need to work together to do what's best for you.
But I thought you said she was holding me back.
I was wrong to say that. I was caught up in the moment. Your mother wants what's best for you too. We just didn't see eye to eye.
This is the worst day ever. I hate everything.
I know it feels that way right now, honey. We'll get through this. How about we take the day off tomorrow, just you and me? We can do whatever you want, my treat.
I guess, but I still think this sucks.
I know, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it up to you. I love you, Ashley, and I'll always believe in you no matter what.
I love you too, Dad, even though you royally messed up.
That's my girl, always keeping me humble. Get some sleep, okay? Tomorrow's a new day.
Okay, but you better think of something really fun to do.
You got it, kiddo. I won't let you down again.
How did the talk with Ashley go?
About as well as could be expected. She's upset, but I think she'll be okay.
I knew we should have looked into that agency more.
I know. You were right and I was wrong. I let my excitement get the best of me and I said some terrible things to you.
Yeah, you did. Threatening divorce was way out of line.
I'm so sorry, Vivian. I don't know what came over me. You're an amazing mother and Ashley and I are lucky to have you.
I appreciate you saying that, but we need to work on our communication and decision-making.
I couldn't agree more. No more unilateral choices. From now on, we're a team in all things parenting.
Good, that's what I want too. So what's the plan with Ashley now?
I promised her a daddy-daughter day today. I thought we could brainstorm some other outlets for her interest.
That's a great idea. She needs to know we support her passions. Within reason, of course. No more shady talent agencies.
Definitely not. Lesson learned on that front. I was thinking maybe local theater or dance classes to start.
Oh, she would love that. Great thinking.
Thanks. Trying to get better at this parenting thing.
You're not so bad when you're not being a total bonehead.
I guess I deserve that. What would I do without you to keep me in check?
Crash and burn, that's what. Give Ash a hug for me and tell her I love her.
Will do, and ditto from me to you. What do you say it's a family dinner tonight? My treat.
I suppose I could be persuaded, as long as you're doing the cooking.
You got it, babe. One gourmet meal coming right up. We'll see you tonight. Love you.
Love you too, even when you drive me crazy. Now go have fun with our girl. According to rumors, Philip was determined to make Ashley succeed in entertainment, spending over $25,000 on training programs. However, Ashley wasn't taking the lessons seriously and seemed disinterested in auditions, leading scouts to suggest it might be time to quit. Meanwhile, a classmate Ashley used to mock won a national quiz show on TV. Becoming a minor celebrity, Ashley was seen watching her former classmate's success on television with envious eyes.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Jane. You go ahead and leave that job and come here. I'm gonna have you start taking care of my dad tomorrow.
Huh? What do you mean you want me to leave my job, though? And you want me to come take care of your dad?
Well, I just got a call from my dad a little bit ago. He had a bad call and broke one of his hands.
He broke a hand? That's terrible to hear.
He was trying to get something off the top of one of his shelves, and in doing so, stood on a weak chair. When it broke, he came crashing down on his hands. And you know, my dad is getting up there in age now, right? It ended up breaking one hand and really screwing up the other. So living on his own is going to be impossible for him. So I'm going to have you quit your job and start working full-time as my dad's caregiver.
I'm really worried about your dad and all, but asking me to do that right now is a bit too sudden. First of all, I don't want to quit the job I have right now.
Huh? All you're doing is working a simple job for the city, right? And you're a woman in an office filled with men. So there's no way you'd be able to get any further promotions there. So hurry up and leave that place and come to my dad's side.
What?
Well, your husband's dad is in trouble right now. This is your job as the wife, right? And you already know that my dad has work to do, still with his company that he's been running. So he needs a woman like you to go care for his needs so that he can get right back to focusing on keeping his company on the rails.
You didn't marry me to be the one to care for your dad when he needs someone to support him. If you're that worried about him needing help, then why don't you go and help your dad out? And you saying that I'm just some city worker doesn't make my job any less important than yours. All you do is work for an office for some large company. And you actually get more time off than I do at your job, so during family emergencies like these, you should be able to take a month of PTO, right?
I do have a lot of PTO saved up, but I've never seen anyone use all their time up like that. And if I did take that much time off, can you imagine the impact that would have on me getting a promotion? I'm tired of arguing about this, so just leave the job of yours and come care for my dad.
Then how about until his hands are usable again, we hire someone to come and care for his needs? He could even do that himself since he has all that money from being a CEO. He has to have the ability to find someone to care for him, right?
You're my wife, and having you care for him is free to all of us. There's no reason to hire anyone to care for him when you're right here. All right? This is a strict order from your husband, so you listen to me. Stop trying to talk your way around it and hurry things up with quitting your job and coming here.
That's...
I already told my dad that you'd be coming soon to start caring for him, so the plan's already been set in motion. So I'll leave everything up to you now.
It's been a while, Jane. I'm sure you've heard by now from Phil about my injury.
I did hear about it from him, but are you really doing okay now? You didn't get any other injuries from a fall like that?
I was pretty lucky with that fall and only ended up with one broken hand and the other one being sprained. I didn't happen to hit my head on anything, and everything besides my hands are all right. Thank goodness my son bought me that smartphone last year for something like this. I'm still able to use it a little bit on my left hand, even with the sprain.
Well, that's great to hear.
Now, another thing I heard from Phil was that you're going to be quitting your job to come here? That will be a major help for me. But I'm really sorry that you have to do that. Are you really okay with leaving that job of yours to be around me all the time?
Whether I'm okay with it or not, this was an order from my husband, and he told me that times like these are why he married me in the first place, so...
What do you mean this is an order by your husband? He told me that you chose to leave your job after hearing about me being injured in that fall.
That's not at all what happened, Fred. Just a few hours ago, he came out of nowhere telling me to quit my job without really giving me any more context. Then after that, he told me that you're in trouble and that I need to be a good wife and take care of you while your hands are hurt. And when I told him that I didn't really want to leave my job, he started to get upset with me.
That's not at all the story I heard from Phil. I'm so sorry, Jane. I may have very little use of my hands right now, but I'll find some way to manage on my own. I don't want to be the one to force anyone to do things that they don't want to do, so please relax.
So you're saying it's okay if I don't quit my job?
Of course I am. It seems that Phil is just trying to use what happened to me for his advantage. I'm really sorry about all that.
Actually, I just told my boss that I'd be leaving my position and everything.
What? So you already let them know that you're leaving that job?
I just assumed that what my husband wanted from me was what I had to do. And when it comes to him, if I ever reject something he asks of me, he gets all worked up and becomes a real pain in the butt. The last time I went against something he asked, it was like a war broke out inside our house. So I just thought I had no other choice this time and would actually have to leave my job for good.
Phil really acts that way with you?
But you don't have to worry about me right now. I'll be around your place tomorrow at the soonest to start helping you. So if you need me to pick anything up for you on the way over, just let me know and I'll grab it all for you.
You being here for me will really be a big help. But I hate that this had to happen to you. Right. Since you're going to be looking after me for a while, I'd like to pay you in return. I'll make it seem as though you're my housemaid, and that way you can still earn money for the work you'll do. How does that sound to you? I'll even make sure that you're paid handsomely for your work.
That really puts a smile on my face. But if I earned any money helping you around, Phil would be pissed off before either of us knew it. Honestly, you just offering that is already more than enough.
Do you really think that Phil would get upset with you? Well, if that's what you're worried about, I'll make sure to pay you in secret, and you can keep it to yourself. I'll hand you cash every month, and so that he'll never be able to find out about us. So please allow me to pay you from now on.
Are you really okay with that?
I wouldn't want you helping me without anything in return. You've already had to quit the job that made you happy for me. And now you have to look after all my needs for a few months, I'm sure. It's only right that I give you money for the work you'll be putting in.
Thank you so much, Fred. Well, I look forward to coming over to your house starting tomorrow.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you again after such a long time. I know that it's not the most amazing thing having to look after an old geezer like me, but I'm glad it's going to be you and not someone else.
Phil, where are you right now? Your dad has fallen down again and you should have gotten a call from the hospital already, right? Right now he's going to be getting some treatment, but I can't be here all by myself and need you here with me.
That sounds like a lot of trouble for me, so you go ahead and deal with him on your own there. Tell the doctor that I've got work to do that's too important for me to be stepping away from at the moment.
What? Your dad's had a bad fall and you're not even going to come and see him? And what do you mean by you have to work right now? Today is Sunday and you always have work off on Sundays. All you're doing is hanging out at home, so what the hell are you talking about?
Shut up, Jane. If Sundays are meant to be sitting around at home all day, then why did my dad get hurt again? Unlike you all, I don't have time to listen to medical talk all day. I have very important things regarding the aftermath of this to be thinking about right now and don't need to be dealing with you two.
What kind of important aftermath things are you talking about? Don't tell me you think your dad is going to die now. He may have had a bad fall, but it shouldn't be anything life-threatening.
But I heard that call from the hospital and they told me he was out for over an hour, right? He already had one fall last year that broke some of his bones, so I think his life is coming to an end now. So before that happens, I want to be early with having my plans ready to go.
What you're talking about right now is crazy. He's not even close to being dead yet.
Whatever, just take care of him for me. And if he happens to be on his deathbed, give me a call right away.
Hey, Phil, what the hell is with these divorce papers? I had only just gotten back from the hospital after your dad's health started looking better. Why are there divorce papers in the living room that have all been filled out?
Crap, just when I thought that he'd be done for. I never expected him to make it back from that fall this time. I had hoped that after he died here, I'd be the one to get his company and everything else he has.
Huh?
Well, even if he's not dead yet, I'm sure that this means that he'll have to step down as a CEO. And so if that's the case, that means the next in line for that position would be me, his son. So because of that, you and I are getting a divorce.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Why are you starting to talk about divorce out of nowhere like that?
Because I have a woman already prepared for me when I become CEO.
What? Who the hell is this woman you plan on being with once you're a CEO? I don't want to think that this could be true, but have you been cheating on me?
And what's so bad about me cheating on you? You are the one that quit your job, and you've barely been around our house. And since you're not around the house much, you barely get any chores done. So I have to throw you away.
The reason I had to quit my job is because of you, Phil. You told me to quit my job and go be by your dad's side to take care of him. That's why every single day I've been away from the house so that I could be with your dad and make sure he had everything he needed. So stop with that crap of saying it's my fault that nothing gets done in our house and using that as an excuse to fool around with another woman.
Well, who knows the real reason why you'd always be going over to my dad's house and never stayed with me. Perhaps you weren't even going over there at all, and were out with other men besides me. Even after my dad's hands healed, you still said you needed to be at his house to care for him. That's what started to make it seem as though you couldn't be trusted.
Excuse me?
And so in your place, I found myself another woman to fill in the empty space that you left me with. She's been around for me to make sure I'm happy while having to stay busy with all my hard work. It's because of how kind she is to me that I'll be making her my next wife. She'll become the young wife of the new CEO. So as for you, there's no use anymore in my life.
You're a freaking monster, Phil. Well, whatever now. If that's how you want things, then let's get this divorce. But you're going to be paying me a settlement. I'll make sure that not only you will be paying me, but that other chick of yours that you've been cheating on me with as well.
Hey. Don't try and bully me like that, Jane. And please, don't touch her. She's still only a college student after all. Making a young student like her have to pay you a large amount of money is the worst thing a man could ever do to someone else.
You've got to be kidding me. The girl you've cheated on me with is a frickin' college student? What do you think you're doing getting involved with someone that young?
Well, she was the one that came to me first. Well, she started working a part-time job with the company I'm in, so... when one day she just happened to look at me differently, and things took off from there. And I'm sure that when she heard what I'd be CEO really soon, that's what really made her fall into my arms.
Huh?
And so since this wasn't anyone's fault besides your own, don't bother with trying to get any money from us. If you had never been away from this house all the time, maybe this would have never happened to you. But now I'll at least be kind enough to give you the house. And that should be enough to get you to stop trying to make us pay, right?
Huh? You're going to give me the house?
I'll give you the house as part of us having to split properties, as well as a little extra money for all the troubles you've caused. That should be enough to make you happy without complaints, right? I've been busy getting all this ready for you anyway since yesterday.
Even after your dad had a bad fall, you still never came to see him in the hospital. I had no idea what had gotten into you, but it seems this whole time you've been thinking of a divorce, huh?
Well, everything I've done shouldn't come as a surprise to you. I'll give you the house and everything now, so allow things between us to be over.
I'm fine with that, but I won't be giving it back.
I don't care. I'm going to become CEO soon. My dad's going to step down from his position, and then I'll be taking it and the house he lives in. I'll be able to give my new girlfriend the gift of being my wife, and we can have an amazing life together.
Then I'll make sure to have that divorce paperwork turned in soon for you. Even though there isn't any company around anymore, I'm happy to see you giving me the house and all that.
Huh? What do you mean the company's not around anymore? Hey, what do you mean by all of that?
The company that your dad had is no longer around anymore. Just before your dad had fallen that second time, he made sure to have the company and everything that went with it sold to another, larger company.
What did you just say?
That's why I was a bit confused by you saying that you'd be the next CEO and that the girl would be the next wife to the CEO. Maybe hearing that your dad had fallen again broke your brain in some way.
Hey, Jane, explain all of this to me right now. Since when did my dad end up selling his company? Why wouldn't he have just given to me instead? And why did my dad never tell me he was going to do any of that?
This is all because of that strict order you gave me back then to leave my job and take care of your dad full time. I was able to hear him talking about it for a long time now, about how he planned on getting rid of his company. And not only that, but I was around to help him out with all of that as well.
What? Is that so?
Even after he had already healed from his first fall, the reason I was going over every day was to help him handle that. He had asked for my help, and so I was there for him to support his busy work that he had to do to find a company to take his off his hands for a good price. Yet for whatever reason, you decided to call my time out of the house helping him me cheating on you with other men. And that was your reason for cheating on me with a college student? You really are the worst kind of monster imaginable.
Wait, that cannot be real. Why would my dad ever get rid of that company? He had me here all this time to take over the company for him, and that's why I've been working so hard. I even expected to be the CEO for the longest time now, so I've been studying day and night to know exactly how to run it right.
Well, maybe you should have been studying more about your dad's company instead of other things. For a long time now, your dad's company has been slowly bleeding money.
Are you serious?
And even though I say that, us selling it wasn't your dad's first choice. But after that fall last year that left him in pretty rough shape, he realized he shouldn't be working anymore. He told me that he's not a young man anymore and should really use the time he had left to sell the company and then enjoy himself. And so instead of giving you the company, he wanted to pocket the money he received for the company and be done with it.
If he was going to be doing something as huge as that, he would have asked me first. Why would he do all of that without my opinion?
We had tried plenty of times to get your input back then. But every time we asked you to come to your dad's house to talk, you told us you didn't have time to.
What?
And when your dad would call you asking to talk, you would reply saying that I'll take care of everything for you. And then succeed that by saying you were too busy with work to listen to him. And so, because of the distance you gave your dad, he gave up on you. And there's your reason for him never having the chance to talk to you about selling his company.
Ah! So that's what he wanted back then when he kept being rude and calling me all the time.
And only a month after that, the company your dad had was done with, and he had sold it. Him falling was around the same time the larger company came and paid him for it.
What should I do? I had finally thought I had that company myself. Yet things are not at all going to plan for me. To make sure that I'd been able to get the company soon, that I even forged my dad's handwriting and handed it for him saying that he'd be stepping down.
What?
Yesterday, I had gotten a call from the hospital saying Dad had fallen and was badly hurt. And so immediately after that call, I'd forged a document saying that he'd step down from being CEO. And then I called my girlfriend and told her all the good news about how we won and we'd have a wonderful life. I even went out and got that divorce paperwork and filled it all out for us. And yet after all that hard work I put in preparing for my new future, my dad ended up selling the company.
What the hell were you doing forging your dad's name and using it to take over his company when he was in the hospital?
Now wait. You did say that my dad pocketed all the money for his company, right? I don't think he'll be needing all that money he received, unless he spends it all on his medical bills and stuff for that bad fall. Then there won't be anything left to his name, right? You didn't help my dad all that time for nothing either, right? Maybe you have been eyeing his money as well. He still has the house and other things, possibly, correct?
You do seem to be thinking a lot about this. He still does have some things left over, like the house and the car.
Thank God. At least having some of that left is totally fine with me. Having his car and a house left over is still more than enough to make a little money. At least this time, I don't have to worry about a company now, and we'll still be getting a ton of money through all that stuff.
Huh? Why are you thinking all of that can be your stuff?
He has broken bones and has been stuck in the hospital for a bit. And of course, he's not a young man anymore. I'm sure it won't be long before he dies, and that I'll be left with all of his things. Even any money that he may have left over after the medical bills. So in other words, all of that is my stuff now.
No, that will all be going to Jane in the end. I won't be leaving a single thing behind for you on my will, you stupid boy.
Huh?
I never once thought that my own flesh and blood could turn out to be some kind of rotten soul. I'm so glad that I handled all of this earlier and had everything written to go to Jane.
Wait a second. Is this you, Dad? Really you?
Yes, this is your very embarrassed father talking to you. When Jane told me that she'd be going home for a bit to grab some things, I never thought that she'd return to tell me that you have filled out divorce paperwork for the two of you. Right now, I have no idea what to think of you, Phil.
All of that doesn't really matter anymore. I want to know why you've been leaving everything to her instead of the man that you've built a lot of blood and sweat into. Why are you giving her the house and your car and everything else you own?
Well, this is my thanks to her for taking great care of me. Instead of my own son coming to care for me, she was forced into a position where she had to quit the job she loved and take care of an old guy like me. And not just that, but was also there to help me with the company. So I'm very thankful for her. So what's so wrong about me giving her everything after everything she's given me?
No, that's all a bit too messed up. You shouldn't have to thank her for doing her job as my wife. And even if you do want to thank her, you're being way too damn generous to her.
I don't want to hear your opinion on anything I've done. You've never come to care for me, and you never took your wife's life into consideration. And the worst thing of all is that you've been cheating on her with some young woman that's still in college.
Dad, can you just calm down a little? I know what's going on here. What's really happened is that Jane has been threatening you and forced you to give her all your things, right?
What did you just say to me, Phil?
She threatened you by saying that if you didn't give her everything in your will, that she'd stop caring for you, right? You couldn't use your hands back then, and there was nothing else you could do but give in to her threats, right? And ever since then, you've been too weak to run from her, and that's why she's been able to take advantage of you, right?
Because you happen to think things that way, I'm through with ever dealing with you again. I'm thinking this is it, boy. You no longer have to worry about anything that has to do with me. I don't need you around to care for me now, so never ever show your face around me again.
Wait, Dad!
You can't even care for your own wife, and you can't even take care of your own dad. I can no longer stress myself thinking of you as something like my family. If anything, I'm a pretty bad dad for not leaving my company to you. So for both our sakes, today's the last day we'll be called father and son.
But wait, Dad!
Do not come to the hospital to see me. Actually, I'll make sure they won't let you in if you do come. At this point, if I see your face, I'm gonna want to strangle you. And the doctor told me not to get my blood pressure up. So now, Phil, goodbye.
Jane, how's about you and I act as though we never needed to get divorced? I've been broken up with that other woman now. Well, I wouldn't say I broke up with her. The moment she heard I wouldn't be CEO anymore, she bolted and I couldn't even get a reply from her again.
Well, why would anyone want to marry a penniless man after they've been caught lying? And I'll have to say no to your request. I don't ever want to get back together with you now that you've gone and cheated on me.
What?
And even if I did, I've already handed in the divorce forms.
Well, if you leave me, then what will my dad and I do? I know that my dad said that he cut ties with me and all, but he's going to need someone to care for him, and I'll be his only option. But I have to still work my job, so I can't be at home to watch him. Please, Jane, you're too nice to just throw my dad away like that, aren't you?
Yeah, he's done a lot for me to get where I am. And so that's why I'll be looking after your dad still. And I have to say thanks to you since you gave me the house and everything in the divorce. So I think we'll sell his house and live in our house together.
What? You and my dad will?
I may have been caring for him for a year now, but it was never that difficult for someone like me. Unlike you, your dad's a real gentleman and will always say thank you for all the chores and cooking I do for him. He'll even tell me that my cooking is delicious when he eats it. So because of his kindness, I promise that I'll care for all his needs until the very end.
What? You're going to be divorcing me and you'll still live with my dad? There's no way things like that actually happen.
Of course, from the outside, people would think that's pretty strange. But to me, your dad is like my second father, so I could never leave him behind. And when you consider that I'll just be his housemate or something like that, there's nothing at all that's weird about us living together. He told me that he's still going to be paying me after all, even when you and I are divorced.
Huh?
He told me that his house and care wouldn't even be a part of how he pays me. Although even by just receiving them from him, I'd be fine with caring for every need he has. I'm going to really do my best to make sure this last stretch of his life is the best he's ever lived.
Would it be wrong if I came to live with you both too? I promise that I'll never cheat on you again, okay?
You already know the answer to that one. You are not the kind of person we could trust living under the same roof as us. So with that, have a great one, Phil. You should be happy that both the woman that was getting in your way and caring for your dad will no longer be a problem for you. Now, enjoy life all by your lonesome and live it any way you'd like. After that, Fred was able to make a pretty full recovery from his injuries, and he was released from the hospital to come and live with me. I'm not sure if it was because he no longer had the stress of his company on him, but after coming back home, he didn't even seem like he needed my care. He was able to go out and about on his own and enjoy whatever hobbies he had, all without my help. And because of his great health, I was also able to make up some good hobbies, and Fred and I lived a great life together. But then there's Phil. After trying to get back into the job he'd had for the longest time, he was told he would be let go as they found out about how he was trying to go into his dad's company. Of course, that would no longer be happening. However, the company that did buy his dad's company did allow him to join, although the new job would only pay him half that of what his past job paid. And while there, he tried hard to get with some of the female employees, but they all told him to get away and that he was too old to be hitting on young women. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
What the heck is going on here, Brandy? I cannot believe that I've just found out that you're the one that's been going out with my husband behind my back. You really did a great job hiding that important bit of information from me. Why are you talking about me like that out of nowhere? Do you really think that one of your good old friends would be stupid enough to go out with your husband? Especially when I've been a great friend to you, actually. So could you please stop acting like I'd ever do something as ridiculous as that? Could you stop trying to hide what you've been doing from me? I finally had enough of my husband always dodging me and asked for someone to follow him and find out more from me about what he's been up to. And guess what? That guy I asked to follow him around noticed that you've been the one that Frank's been cheating on me with. Huh? You asked someone to stalk him? You actually went ahead and did something crazy like that? Well, you were the one that suggested I do something like that, right? You said to my face that if I really wanted to learn about what my husband's been up to have some pro follow him around and find out for me. And that's why I paid $500 to have a guy go out and get me the information I needed. Man, I can't believe that. I thought because of how much of a pussy you are, you'd never have the nerve to do that to him. Well, I've been proven wrong today. If that pro you got to stalk him found that much evidence, then there really is no use in playing dumb anymore, is there? Well, you're right. I've been the one going out with your husband behind your back. You are the worst, Brandy. How could you do this to me after all those times I came to you about how I thought he was cheating on me? You even told me to find a pro to go out and follow him. Tell me, Brandy. What were you feeling when I came to get advice from you on what I should do about Frank? I bet while you put on a face to show how much you were worried about me, you were laughing your butt off inside. That's right. I had to hold back so much laughter to make sure I didn't spill the truth. And man, did I do a great job. I was able to fool you long enough to get you to actually go out and hire someone to get evidence for you. And now, because of that, you've finally come to realize it's been me all along and you've wasted so much time and money. Remember how much I had tried to get evidence of Frank cheating on me? But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get anywhere. But you were there telling me to not give up. Why did you have to be the one going out with my husband this whole dang time? Because you're a disgusting piece of crap, Miriam. And that's why I went ahead and stole your husband from you. Wait, I'm the piece of crap? You and I are like two peas in a pod, yet you thought it was okay to get married before me? I was not going to just sit around letting you get away with that. Ever since you got married, my parents have been on me saying that I need to get married soon as well, and it's been so annoying. And then, right before they end their little pep talks with me, they told me to take some inspiration from you in finding a husband. And to be honest, I have been wanting to get married for a long time now, but I haven't been able to find the right man. And I don't want some loser to become my husband. I have to have the perfect man, and I've been waiting forever for him to come. What? What the heck, Brandy? That makes no sense to me. Why would that be your reason for taking my husband from me? Shut up, Miriam. It's your fault for thinking that you could live a happy life being married to Frank before me. Frank is such a great employee and makes enough to allow you to be happy every single day. Huh? Well, I've been wanting a man with decent money myself. Yet while I've been waiting to come across that man, you brought your money-making man around showing him off to me. Why did you get to end up marrying the perfect man for me? You really think I'd allow you to do that to me? That's why you're a disgusting piece of crap and why I stole him from you. So that's your reason for stealing your longtime good friend's husband? Are you actually this happy to watch me suffer like this? I'm sorry, but that happiness won't last long for you if that's what you sought by doing this. Huh? I'm sorry, but I'm going to be happy with what I've done to you for a very long time. But to be honest with you, now that you know I've been the one going out with him behind your back, the thrill of it has ended. However, now he and I are going to get married soon, so you hurry up and divorce him for me. Excuse me? So you really are just going to straight up steal him from me? Did you really think I'd go through all the work of getting him to fall for me just to let you have him back after finding out about what he was doing? I really do want to steal him from you, and there's nothing you can do to stop me now. Maybe if you'd been a bit closer with your husband, he would have never fallen for me. But you chose to never hang out with him enough and show him the love he deserves, and that's why he's mine now. You have proof, after all, that he and I are deeply in love, so you shouldn't even have to question anything anymore. I'm going to marry Frank, so step aside. I guess you're right. I do have a boatload of photos now showing you going out with my husband and the two of you being so close. And he's smiling with you way more than anything I've ever seen from him. Frank is actually a really loving man. When he first started to fall for me, he immediately told me that he wanted to get married. And to get me to agree with him, he's bought me all sorts of gifts. And he's even told me that the moment we get married, we're moving into a penthouse downtown. Huh? He has promised me all of that and so much more. He's even told me that he wants to make sure that I live a totally free life. And that's why he's going to let me be his housewife in that new penthouse. Also, he's promised that by the time we've moved into that place, he'll be a CEO and we'll have all kinds of money at our disposal. Is that so? Well, good for you. Why are you acting all okay about this now? You shouldn't be telling me that this will be good for me. You should be crying and begging me to give Frank back to you. You just lost the love of your life to your best friend, and you're going to try and hide behind a strong mask? Give me a break, Miriam. You just lost a wealthy man to your longtime friend. I'm not trying to fake being strong about this right now. I'm just telling you how I feel about the situation. After all, you have always been the one with a better sense of style than me. So I feel that you'll be a much better wife to him when he becomes a CEO than I will. Oh, stop that. I can't believe you understand this so well. Of course, I will look a lot better in the arms of a wealthy man like Frank. That's right. You'll look perfect next to him. And that's why I've already come to terms with you stealing him from me and kind of think of it as a great thing for everyone involved. And to be frank, me being with him is way too abnormal and shouldn't have even happened in the first place. Right? Compared to a level-headed woman like you being with him, a sexy-looking young gal like me is a much better match. Now, I'm looking forward to hearing about your guys' divorce. You really helped me out a lot by bringing a good-looking and wealthy man like Frank to me. Just a second ago, I got the divorce papers for us. And I've already filled it out and signed my name on it. So please make sure to sign it when you get home. Then I'll be able to hand it in right away, and you and Brandy can continue your guys' dream of getting married.
What? Why do you know about how I've been hanging around Brandy this whole time?
For a long time now, I've been aware of you going out with another woman and never telling me anything about it. So I got some advice from a friend and went and hired a pro to follow you around and gather some evidence. And the evidence I got from that pro was shocking, to say the least. But that's why I'm willing to divorce you now, Frank.
You hired a pro?
This should all be amazing news for you, right? From what she was telling me, she made it look as though you wanted to get married to her as soon as possible. So having the only thing stopping you from that, say she's going to disappear, should make you happy, right?
Well, you have a good point. I am a bit surprised, though, that you figured all of that out so quickly. But the fact that you're even willing to leave me now without fighting back is perfect.
I will ask you this one thing, though. Why did you end up cheating on me? And furthermore, why did you cheat on me with one of my best friends?
You already know the answer to all of that. It's because her and I were meant to be together, and there's nothing that can get in the way of our happiness together.
Huh? Can you say that to me one more time?
The person that I should be married to isn't you. The person that's fated to be my wife is Brandy. So you can't really call what's been going on between the two of us cheating. I've just been going out with my destined wife, and that's totally okay.
So that's how much you're in love with that girl. Have you told her yet that the company you're slated to run is starting to collapse? Well, I guess it all makes sense now that you have all that time on your hands to be going out with another woman. You haven't even been bothering to save the company, instead thinking that it'll just save itself while you go out with your destined lover.
Well, I'll have you know that ever since I started going out with Brandy, my company has gotten back up.
What?
This year, there have been a lot of rival companies doing a lot better than this one, and it was expected that this company would fall. However, we began to sell a lot of assets to make up for whatever losses there have been. But as we were thinking that selling assets wouldn't even bring in enough money to make up for the losses, I ran into Brandy. We both decided to go out to dinner together, even though I was exhausted. And what do you know? The day after that first date, my company received a new contract.
Really? You think that it's because of her your company's on the way back to the top after being in such a terribly low position?
This isn't just some coincidence, you know. Every time since then that we've gone on dates with one another, my company's image has gone up and there have been more profits. There is still a little ways to go before the company really begins to rake in the money, but I know for a fact that we've avoided going bankrupt. To me, Brandy is no different than a miracle to me, and I will not let go of her.
So this is your reason for throwing me away and going after her? Even though this whole time I've been the one standing by your side supporting you? Even when I've been with you while the company has been going under, cheering you on?
I don't need you around anymore. It's as simple as that. The only woman I need now is Brandy, and no one else. I'm still shocked myself that she's given me so much more than you, and we're not even married yet. That's the power of being with the woman you're destined to be with. I can tell right now that the moment we marry, things will only become even better for me, and I'll be the happiest man in the world.
You may be right about that. After all, you both look as though you'd go perfectly together after getting married. All I am now to the both of you is a wall in the way of your bright future together.
Oh? What's happened to you all of a sudden? You're acting like you're totally fine with the fact that I'm leaving you now.
Well, you said it yourself, right? The moment you and her started going out with one another, your company was able to make an amazing comeback, right? And since that's been able to go on for a bit now, there's no way it's just a coincidence. Also, you are so invested in marrying her that there's nothing left for me to do to change your mind. Really, I'm starting to think that she really is meant for you too. So I have nothing left to do now besides letting her have you.
Well, it's really helping me out a lot that you've already come to understand this. To tell you the truth, she isn't even the first woman that I've messed around with while being married to you. So, just to be a kind man, I'll pay you whatever you ask for me to make up for the pain I've caused.
Thank you, Frank. That money will really help me out a lot. Now, I'd really like to get that divorce paperwork handed in, so get to it and sign what needs to be signed. I'll be wishing for the both of you to have a happy and healthy marriage to one another after this. I just happened to get married to Frank yesterday. We both went to the city office yesterday and filed our marriage papers. Congratulations, Brandy. You are finally with the man you were destined for. So, can we finally agree that I've come out on top of everyone? The next thing I get to look forward to is moving into that penthouse with Frank soon. To tell you the truth, right after we handed in our papers yesterday and became married, we went right to the penthouse and walked through it. And we decided that the place was perfect for us and immediately agreed that we'd like to rent it. What? You've already found yourselves a penthouse you plan to move into? It's around $10,000 a month to rent the place and was just remodeled with all the newest appliances. But because of that high price, it'll take a few days for the realtor to check over Frank's income to make sure he can afford the place. But he is Frank, after all, so there's no doubt we're getting that penthouse. So today we're going to head to some of the finest furniture stores in the state to start buying only the best luxury furniture and electronics. And Frank's even told me that I can pick anything I want, no questions asked. It must be so exciting to be you right now. I think right now you're the most excited woman on this planet. Of course I am. I was able to find myself the perfect man to make my husband, and we just got married. He is such a gentleman, and he's the new CEO of that company, so there was no hesitation. Being able to marry the perfect man has made me really think that I can get away with pretty much anything now. I'm so happy that I'll buy literally everything in those furniture stores today. Thank you so much, Miriam. You were very kind in allowing me to have your husband without there being any kind of retaliation. No, thank you, Brandy. You were able to get that CEO of a collapsing company out of my sight. Huh? I didn't even think that it'd be possible for you two to get married to one another this quickly. I am bursting with joy now. And to see you so happy with such a useless man warms my heart right up. Wait a second. Stop calling Frank a useless man. And what are you talking about? His company is not close to collapsing, right? He told me that his company is doing amazing right now and is expected to bring in loads this year. Well, that's what was expected before. But today that contract that he was expecting to renew has been ended. And since he now has no customers willing to work with his company this quarter, he'll be right back on the path to bankruptcy. And unlike all the other times, I won't be there to help him and his company out of it. I don't see him having any other way of getting that company back on its feet now, so he's on a one-way trip to losing everything. Huh? And because of all that, don't expect to be able to afford that penthouse. After all, those landlords and realtors are very, very strict about who is allowed to rent them or not. And I think them seeing that Frank is on the road to losing his company and his money, they won't allow you guys to live there. What the hell are you going on about? Why the hell would Frank's company be on the brink of going bankrupt now? There's no way. What contract is he going to lose, and why would that make him lose his chance at renting the penthouse for us? I bet you're just upset with me now because I'm way more happy than you are and are trying to sabotage my emotions. Well then, why not give Frank a text or call about it? But I'm sure he's running around right now like a chicken with his head cut off, so you might be better off just texting him. Heck, I'd say your best chance now is to just head over to his company and see the condition it's in yourself.
What the hell is going on here, Miriam? Recently, that contract I've been planning on renewing has fallen out, and the customer is planning on looking to other companies now. If I'm not able to find anyone else to start working with me, I really will be on a one-way trip to going bankrupt. If you have any idea as to why this could be happening to me, please tell me.
What? Why are you contacting me about all of that? All I am to you now is your ex-wife, right?
I've already heard about everything from Brandy. She told me that you happen to know about that contract being ended, and seems to think you know the reason why. Why would my ex-wife know anything about my company and its contracts? Wait, could this mean that after the divorce, you've been holding something against me? And this is all you're doing?
I haven't done anything, Frank. All I ended up doing was telling my parents and family about how you left me for my friend. But funny enough, that company that you had the contract with was actually run by my family.
What?
And let me just say that I never asked any of my family to end that contract with your company. But when telling them all about how we got a divorce and the reason behind it, they all seemed to become pretty upset. And that might be why they chose to stop working with you and your company.
I don't think any of that is a maybe anymore. I'm 100% sure that that's what's happening here. There's no other reason for this to be happening now. This is all unbelievable, though. How could the company that I've been working with for a little while now be run by your family? I've never heard anything about that from you or anyone.
You have a great point. But the reason you never heard anything about that is because you were too busy cheating on me with Brandy at the time the contract was made.
What?
You don't even want to know the amount of times I went to my parents asking them to please make a contract with your company. But I really wanted to help my then husband get the company back on its feet before taking on the role as CEO. And that's why I went through all that hard work. But you never noticed me putting in all that work because you were too busy going out with a good friend of mine.
Huh? You went and did all that for me?
I thought it'd be right as your wife to try and help you with your job. But at the time, I had no idea about all of that business-related stuff. So that's why I did what I could with what I had to make sure that your company could make a comeback. Going to my own family begging for them to make a contract with your company. And after so much work, they finally decided to give your company a really decent contract. But that whole time, you had no idea of it and thought it all had to do with Brandy. Well, it must hurt your pride now, knowing that your company having a chance to get back on its feet was all due to my family and I.
So you're saying that the really generous contract the company had gotten was all due to you? This had nothing to do with Brandy?
That's absolutely right. It was all just a coincidence. While you were out being unfaithful, I was working my butt off to save your skin. And when my work was all said and done, you were given that contract and thanked Brandy for it, saying that she was like some kind of miracle for you. Even saying to me that she was your destined wife and would help you both make bank.
But that's...
When I had to listen to you go on and on about all of that, it really gave me a frickin' headache. You didn't care for any of the work I put in and continued on about how she was your good luck charm. After all that, the love that I'd worked so hard to make with you fell apart and withered away.
You're lying, right? How could this all have happened due to you, and not due to the fact that I'm finally with my destined wife? So, what am I going to do now knowing that Brandy isn't really what's been giving me so much good luck? I finally thought that the company was golden, and now it's going right back down the drain. And now, I'm not even going to have the help of your family with me.
How about you go ask your good luck charm of a wife for help? If she really is the woman you're destined to be with, then you'll make it out of all this just fine. You really have everything, so there will be some way your company makes it out of all this.
But what if this time a miracle doesn't happen?
Well, then that just means your wife isn't all you thought she was. Now, your ex-wife has to get going. You're supposed to be having the best time of your life right now, so please go back to being happy for everyone. What am I going to do, Miriam? Frank's company really is coming to an end like you said. He told me that now the company faces bankruptcy. He's not going to have any more money. Oh my. It's only been 1 week and things aren't going as the two of you had planned? What happened to him being the perfect man for you and having all that money? Right now, there's nothing about him that's perfect. He's not even going to be able to get that penthouse for us now. And as for all that luxury furniture and electronics that I bought, we have to go and return it all. All because he couldn't take care of his company. Why, when I was just about to become the happiest woman in the world, did this have to happen to me? Sucks to suck, Brandy. You actually thought that stealing one of your best friend's husbands would end up going well for you? Stop trying to talk to me like that right now. What I want to know is why you never told your best friend about how her man's company was on the brink of going bankrupt. If only I'd known that his company was in bad condition before marrying him, then I could have had the chance to leave him before we tied the knot. You are a freaking jerk for hiding a truth like that from your friend. Why would you do something so hurtful to me of all people? You know the reason for that, right? You were the one that started all of this by stealing Frank from me. Huh? If I had told you about all of this, you would have never fallen for the trap of marrying him, right? But I didn't want to ruin your guys' love that quickly. I wanted you both to really get inches away from your happiness before I told you all the truth. And would you look at that? I timed it all out perfectly, and now both the crappy friend of mine and my useless ex can suffer for what they've done. So there you go. My reason for hiding the truth from you. So that's why you were totally fine with the two of us getting married and even encouraged it. I should have known something was up by how fast you recovered from that blow. I was being honest, though, about you both getting married. You really are meant for each other based off how horrible of people you are. A brainless husband and his brainless wife makes for a perfect match. This is so messed up. Wanting both your ex and best friend to end up in shambles? And now you're calling us both stupid? I bet that you've been laughing about all of this behind our backs. You apologize to me right now for doing something like this to me. Wait, why should I do that? Weren't you the one that started all of this by going out with my husband behind my back? And you told me that you put on a face when talking to me because you were really laughing about how sad I was, right? Well, that was... So what you should be saying is that we both got to get in a good laugh from all this. And none of this is okay, though. Especially since you ended up getting a ton of money from Frank in the divorce while I'm going to end up with nothing. And I have to thank you for being there to save his company when you did. Because of that, he was able to make just enough money to pay me the amount I asked for before I left. Well, I want to divorce him and get his money as well now. Yet right now he has no money to his name. It's not fair that you're the only one making out of this with money. Stop being so selfish, Brandy. You at least got to marry the perfect man that you'd been searching so long for, right? If you're really wanting money as well now, go ahead and help him save his company then. Go around and find a company that you'll be willing to get on your hands and knees for to beg for them to make a contract with him. You wanted to become the wife of a CEO, so you have to start putting in the work to help keep him there. After that, Brandy tried to get Frank to divorce her, but he turned around and told her that she could not run away and that she needed to help him save his company. And so she ended up having to stick by his side, helping him find ways to get his company from going bankrupt and help themselves from losing everything. But of course, they weren't going to be able to do much about how bad of a situation the company was already in. And as I'd mentioned before, it was on a one-way trip out of here. As of right now, those two had to move into a really cheap apartment together and are living every day of their lives using large amounts of borrowed money. As for me, due to the money I received from Frank in the divorce and the settlement thereafter, I've been doing pretty well on my own. For the time being, I think I'm going to take things slow and work towards making myself an even better person, before going back out into the romance world looking for a new partner.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow.